Hi everyone. Welcome another week of light languages and collective healing intentions. I'm Ismael Rodriguez. We are in the week 157. I'm here with Sister Joe and Brother Stephen. And maybe we meet another brother and another sister later on. And let's see. We are going to start like every week with some blessings. If you are watching this video, I really recommend to do some grounding before receiving the light languages. And if you can do it barefoot somewhere in nature, even better. For a while, I've been receiving these messages to don't do it as an exercise, but as part of your daily living things that you do, like eating, drinking, just like a basic foundation to the grounding all the time. We are being called to connect and come back to our origins, to nature. And it's not anymore just like an exercise that we do or a meditation. It's more like a day-to-day thing to do, part of our lives. Let's make it part of our lives. Let's make this connection to, wow, what a wonderful scenario you have there, Brother Stephen. Chichana kuchana tu chishata okuata to wakata teshaba. Wana. Let's listen to these vibrations. Takupata. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you so much. Thank you for those beautiful, beautiful vibes. Tisha Makupata, a perfect way to start. Nina Kakuta te Tamawaka. Welcome, Brother Wesley. Tisha Maku, Tish Upaka. Tokuata, Tituaka.
Usuwatata makatakunikewa usuwata tamu wakataku kuniki kiwata wakata mawu shikiwata
Tumaka, Tishata. We just started with the blessings. Tisha Wakata. Do you want to continue?
Wakataka. Kuya? Yes?
Yeah.
Patu katatata wood tatatata wood titi titi tu 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 tatatiti tu 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 ta tu 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 titi 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 tu 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 patatata tu 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 kia kaniki kini ya usu hasakiniki kana kaua aya mawa o shini ya osu akana kane akawota ota ewa mauaka kisa su wahua wahua mauaka nakawa wata tu wakataku ya waka makaniki Minio suta utu akanakawa. Shukua, 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 muakanakua. Sinia, 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 huta, 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 yahuakahua. Wasukunukua, iyata, usuata. Sanikia wa ushi, yakumbua. Mayawata, osuaka, thank you, Nua. Thanks very much. Shanawaka. Oh.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. He managed to get to dissolve the waves of the Wi-Fi as well. Tishama Tosawa, or the internet connection. Tubashika waka. Awama, very powerful energies. Tita nukua, teme samukua, tasumnaka huata. Do you want to say a blessing, Joe? Hatupata.
Yep. Orax skurax krama harax skera, furax skurax skera, harax skera, orax skera, skera, horax skera, harax skera, orax skera, horax skera, skera, harax. Ido kuskorax forax skera, harax sturax skera, harax skera, harax skera. Skora skara skora skera ham skora kapatska skora ham skara yara skora hon skara skora hat ham yara skram haur skram horik skram ya skara yara skara.
Thank you so much. Beautiful. Chawataku. Tuakata. Tokuata. So nice to have you here with us. Tishamakawata. Tumaka. Tumaka. Tinamakumata. Tinamakudanaka. Umakanata tumakata. Tanamake nanaka. Tumenete te mete shini. Umanena tumaishena kubatane tamaka. Uana, uana, uanama uana. Ineka mumana. Anaka mumana ta homayana. Tene metana mukumana ta. Ukadanu machena kumakana tama. Enene yuwa. Homana numayena mahane ana. Tumahena na umakana. Tinaka kumana ta. Tumakana. Tumechana kama tumbachina na kumata. Aha makahu maneta na hotana. Oh ina mahumana ina humanata ya. Anakana kumachena makumachena kumatana. Ahaneta na kumachena katumayana hu. Aha. Umagachanto magachenta na kumachechano kubatana maha. Oh inakawahada. Oh hatena makumata chena makumata. Oh hata chikata tukumacheka tumacheche. Ukutu no makatu machecha na kubata kawu. Ha makumachata na kucha na kata chukawa baka. Chumbakata chukambata. Deshama kucha, deshana, omaichanaka, onekatumacha, nintesanak ahutata, okitana te woma, shenetiki mahatara tusawaha, mukuton tasakuta, mishanakuta wamakata, tushata, 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 tushata. So basically they are very happy when they see us breaking and going beyond any boundaries, when we are capable to just put aside any judgment and we just merge with the divine energy Dikama kuta, and we become expression, love expression. Tina uma sanikana taumayaha honeka tavubata chitana kuahavu. Despite the things we see in the world, in many ways very much messed up. Estinia maka masawata. There is so much also going on in terms of goodness, and changes and transformation and union and people going beyond those boundaries, the boundaries that they've been there controlling and stopping us from being purely ourselves. And for this the ancestors are always there. Shenekawata. Today also the galactic beings will be here assisting all the session. Enenetaku masa ota ikaba teshitata kutanaka ota shinaka kutanawata. Ehamaka. Like every week, let's meditate a bit about what things we would like to maybe change in this world, and what things we will ask for ourselves, concentrating our energy and love in what would be the best for me. Neneakawama, eshenetika mamata, tisawama, hatinamaka tos albuma katitama tikamata tos satukuanta shakwaka. So you are at home also, meditate a little bit, think a little bit about what things and ask for them. Just ask for them with an open heart and send that vibes to the universe. Shibakwa, because in a moment we will be supporting these intentions, these requests with the light languages, and the love will be sharing here. Vitanaku letitaku tawamata. Hukuaka takuata. And you? What will it be for you? What will you ask for the world or for yourself? And anything in this important day. We are just around the equinox, the autumn equinox. We will be participating also much further on this, but today we can do also something in this session. So anything, timikata to shatuata, will be welcome.
Did you say me? Sorry, I heard the beginning. Yes, I have something specific. Yes, please.
No
Thank you.
No.
So tomorrow is a very important day, and the collective is working together to help clear grids and energy points and let all that love come in and get away any obstacles that are there. So I just pray for their energy and everything to work so well tomorrow for my brothers and sisters all over the world doing this. I grant you protection and lots of love, and thank you so much for doing what you're doing. So I just hope it's as powerful event as I know it's going to be, and even better than that. So thank you for that. And as I'm participating in that, and I've got a difficult day tomorrow, myself, I like protection for what I'm about to do, but also as much love to help us on our task tomorrow. So that's
beautiful, Joe. Beautiful. Perfect. Chumama, so much in alignment. We had a chat before we started recording, and what she asked for is so much into the wow. Yeah, we need that. Hatume Satuana. Thank you so much. Thank you. I know, love. Tita Makurata, te shamuruku tai shantako, takuota, te mekato, sau, hinaka warana, neme ama kuhata nekita, uhati kanata, uhuma, minaka awa. Wata. Now, Stephen, if you want to send your requests or your intentions, whatever you want to say.
Well, I want to say something like this. I think you're right. It's different frequencies looking to harmonize. I think we've all been doing our own work. I had a last minute flip 2 days ago to where I thought I was going, and I've been redirected after having the weekend I have. I'm going up to the pyramid of North Berwick Law, and there's 3 mounds that look like a triangle, and there's also 3 islands. One of them they map out Orion's belt, and Yuri Geller bought one of them. So I know he's planted some bad shit on there. Yeah. So I can't get on there, but I've done it before. You can send messages over water. Yeah. At a close distance. And it's almost like we're a strange group of transmuters. Yeah. The ones we're here tonight, we're like ninja transmuters, but we don't actually realize it yet. But I truly believe that we're all going to get blessed in certain ways with certain things, you know, from whichever perspective you want to look. Maybe we're getting them now by the pure joy that we've woken up and we are waking. We're just trying to work out how to present what we've learned to others to make it digestible as a seed rather than a cognitive dissonant experience. And I think that's what Merkabahs were. I think people drop seeds, then they fly their Merkabahs like the sun and try and beam their love and light out of them. And that's what, I didn't realize I was playing with, I'm not trying to say the effect. I didn't realize I was playing with Merkabahs so much for the last 3 years. Then I started reading, no, it's a vehicle of the Ascended Masters. Yeah. And it's like, we've all been here before, this crew. And what we were trying to do is we're on a mission to try and gather up as much souls that we can take into the right light, not to come back down into drudgery that they don't need to experience. And it's shifting frequencies. And that will help create peace, love and harmony for Mother Earth, while Mummy Ra blesses everyone and gives them food and drink.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you. Thank you. Wesley.
It's the intentions, yeah. I'm multitasking there at the moment. We're on the intentions, yeah.
Yeah.
And is it just the collective, or is it both? Is it usual standard one?
Anything to ask for?
For myself, Shana kumuaka ku sua sama iakutuaka katekiniya oasua sama kuotana kini kiniya tumba kanakuata koyawa wotawata Shana wota kamako kani kini Buko akata koyawata suwata sukatata kinikia kotoaka shakanukoata. What I'm getting is just galactic expression. Shinawotuaka yamahuata shanukuotawata shikota transference sukutuku kotukutuku kotakanaki ketawa. Patukua. So for the collective, Shawua Kanakota Sakutata, just stretching out that interlacing Kanuku wakata. That interlacing lattice, that divine network that we already are. Shukuata, Kinikiwa, Huata, acknowledgement, and surrender. Sukua, Mayakuaka, Nakoyata. The surrender for what already is. Sawakata, Kuyawata, Uyakawata. Mayawa, Sawata. Thanks very much. Shikiniwata,
Thank you,
Muakata,
brother. Thank you very much.
Unua,
Thank
Suakata,
you,
Shanawata.
Tuguata. Yeah, Tumaku Shata Wama. I join all your requests, Tishanaku Tanaka, Ahuta, Isika Wama. And yes, I'm very much in resonance with what Sister Joe asked for, because, yeah, like Stephen said, we are all on this together, and we are all doing this. So, yeah, I do ask for support in these things that we are taking, these actions that we are taking, and yeah, I want to remove anything that might be there as an obstacle, anything that might be there
Brother, we're already
wanting to
protected.
stop us. One
Brother,
second,
we're
Stephen,
already
please.
protected.
1 second. And yes, I ishine
Sorry.
shana umis au bate ikau tini ama genetanak atao tes ao nahata o heikanak otau masikato tika ma shata shiaka utawama. Yeah, the same thing that also Wesley say about surrendering, so that we can let our child, our inner child, come out free. Ni antawama, and have fun and have joy at the same time that we do this task in terms of expanding the whole experience here in these different realities that we create. Teshinita nakao hanatua nakavutavuma tishawama. I ask for freedom, for more and more freedom, and more connection to our source. Ne tiana urma uana tene kawama tiana. Anything that we might be missing in terms of self-love, also I want to ask for assistance so that we can receive all and discern everything that we need to do. Shine kamuma tenaraka hotaneta tavu ishawama tiana and tawama. And I just want to say that I'm so happy to be here again with Sister Joe, with Brother Stephen, and with Brother Wesley. Tine te ama, tene makuma, and all the beings and souls that are supporting this transmission. Nene kes iti ti amaku tes annakawamata shawamaka sichanakawata tikawamata. Yeah. So if you want to participate in this transmission, please unmute your microphones, and you're at home. You can also be part of this transmission. You want to speak your light languages, you can speak your light languages. If you want to dance, play an instrument, do as you wish. Anything coming from the heart will be a lot for us and for the collective and for yourselves. Tinana kutini tianawa witawama. We work together on this. Shinikana tukakuata. So yeah, tumaka, timama, unoto, otu, otuma, tuma emama, pubana, pechene meka papaku, tusa, tosama, oma, tati, pepe, kakupa, tutai, neta, che, tusa.
Skura skera, harara kura skera matskera. Kura skera, skara, skera. Kura skera, skera, skara. Yes, skura skera,
Uata, Masakuno, Kine Yahuasa, Usuata, Suakatana, Nia Wuaka, Kua, Iawasuaka, Maiata, Mauakatakamua Shaya, Shawaka, Uotu, Uotu, Usuata, Tamakata, Inewa, Usua. Mauakata, Inawa, Kinewa, Dawa, Daiakata, Amuakata, Samatua, Samatua, Uwaiawata, Uwaka, Iawaka, Usuata, Samakanatia, Tawakata, Kuyota, Suata, Sumuaka, Taiwa, Pamatukutuakata, Ia kata kutukoa, Inewa, Usuaka, Natukunuku, Ewa, Uata, Mauakata, Ia kasoba, Usuaya, Makutu watata, Usuata, Samuakana ki Ewa Wota, Otawata, Oswata, Maya, Kuma, Ia, Kua, Ia, Uata, Ia, Uata, Ia, Uata, Ia, Iata, Utava, Wakana, Maya, Ota, Ia, Kuasua, Mau sai kumbo e wa o e wa o e wa e wa ta wa ta wa ta wa ta o akana wa o mau tai aku to wa ta o to wa ta ma o wa o so wa ta kuno wa e wa Maya katawa
Jamakumacha, Tenamakuata, Tono no Toyana, Chemakuchana Lukuata, Tumbata, Shampakatin,
au katawa ni wa Maya katasana suna suna kata ko e wa su e wa ka to wa kana o e wa ta
Machane, Kaputana, Umache, Shumakacha, Macha, Hinamakuata, Tunuamata, Temeamata, Umahaya Baka, O Anahia Baka, O Inehia, Uaka,
Oshinya kata
Samuata,
Oku wa iota wata iwata Awa kanakawa Umaka
Tumacha.
Mawata katakawa Ayo watu akan apa bau ayo tua mbawa iya wahua maua iya watoaka kini ya suno wa iya mauata o ya wa Mawawoya wa tuatana mawakana wa Masukuno wakata kahua Inie ya sama Shinie ya Kuata osuata Sinie ya wa Mauaka Kiyo Suwakatakuyawa, suwaka, sawata, wota, maya kanakayawa, oyawa, wotowa, kuta, kiniya, matua, mata, mama, maua, oyawa, o,
Wachamuaka, tukuaka,
okana,
natanamana, tene ichua
batukuaka,
bata,
iya sawa, sakunuku ayawataha. Atamama mau akataka. Ini ako. Shiu akata. Shini Saiya wata hu atata nama ya kia wa hu.
Homa, nina, umaka,
Bataha.
tatuna,
Bataha.
ina,
Batahuta.
bata,
Shana wakatugu wataka.
nelaka,
Hino
hutu
wata.
anete takubaka, taneka,
Tukutuaka. Iki akotu wakata. Mako. Baku wata.
shandaka,
Chukua. Shau wakataka. Nakono. Wakataka waka.
Yatabuaka,
Au.
yapakusha.
Skrera med Sahara. Ja, ja.
Tu me
Orak skrera skura. Orak skrera skram. Ja. Ida kurak skrera hawar skrera kurak skrera ma skrera skrera ma skrera skrera bet furora. Ida kurak skrera met skrera fora skrera fora skrera met cara. Orak skrera fora skrera met kap skrera cara. Ida kurak skrera skrera skrera. Ja, dat fora. Ja, dat orak skrera. Ja, dat fora.
Taru bataka, kurushata paka kurana, chisanara kua tatu mara, tanera naka, nara, inara kumana, aiyana, uana, iana, naumana, ina, aina kuana.
Ja, dat orak skrera. Orak skrera. Ora skrera, ora skrera, ora skrera. Ele skrera her, skrera, 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 har skrera, her, har skrera. Precis så. All skrera, skrera, all is good. All is always good.
Shawama,
Ah, skrera, skrera.
Atumata.
Ora skrera. Nothing to worry about.
No, all is good together. Niyawaka.
Yukoto.
Tesaku.
Nauaka. Maya samua. O akaka. Iya wahua. Shi. Mae. Au. Ni. Ma. Ba. Nu. Kia. Sao. Shuaka. Ati kikuko tukuko. Patukatini yaya. Mau.
Skrera, 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 skrera.
Kuasa. Saua ya wata. Sekua. Mawa. Iyawa. Sua. Huaka. Semua saya kundawa. Bawa kataku ataya. Awak kanakia. Shaya woswa. Sani ki ku. Kaya oa. Masuk.
Ora skrera, ora skrera, para skrera. Ja, ora skrera.
Utukuna kuwa. Ni sumbo. Tau akumbo. Iwa. Sanya kuwa kaka. Kumua yawa. Osu kawa kaniki. Ini kuwa hota. Hota suwa kawa uwa kakaniki ya.
Shikawawa ya kapua ya shia.
Waka.
Wosa ya. No
Waka. Uwata na ubata ika. Soda.
Wakataka.
Cheshawama. Onnalewa.
Wakaya. yawa.
Waka umaka sikawa che tambuaka.
Yakawa bawa ashua. Aqui é muito
Sunuata tuata tatu ai akata sua. Sawa yakuma uata ushawa.
I will try and translate back into normal language. What I'd like to say, what I've been told to say is, there has only been 4, but at 4 corners at a magical square appear alchemists. Then that's when magic happens. And we just made magic happen. It's like our higher selves guided us to this. And we just gone and brought something in which is absolutely
Everything is fine. Everything is good. We've got this. Don't need to worry. Everything is great.
Exactly, and that's what you say before if you go on a big mission.
Tuma sisha maka haumaka down pasaja takutana sisha nahu anita uta
Huku e akata. Osua ea. Ama mua ua. Shau akumua. Ne ahawaha. Usu. Usu. Sumamu. Makini. Makini e ahoa. Mahua ka wahoa. Uahi. Uahi. Naho soho. Mahu aku mai aua. Makunu kuo. Makunahu asu mahe. Ai aku ashana ki akumba hoa. Uasu. Usu maku bae aha. Hau ahe amaha o. Ua hai. Ini he ahumua. Una he ahoa sawaha wahe awaha. Mahe ahoa taha. Hatu maku aku ahu ai awahu taha. Akatu ahe maho aha he aho ahe aho aha hua ahe. The messages are from the heart. Kuna ki he masu maku. Mashi na he kahu ahu. Sua kani ahu ahe. Matuna ki kasu mate. Kawata e akamaha yaha. Kuasa maku shaku naka. Kahua se aho ahe. Mahuna he kuhuaha. Wata hiawaha. Huata e aho aka. Ki aho mahawaha. Kusa o akiana. Taha maha moko maka. Maka mase masine hu. Shana maki maku masu. Masuna he ahua kehi. Nahu asu nasa maka. Connection of the internal being. Sunu he aha maha kuwata e ahusa. Kuna e ahu aku shinea makana. Kuka sakini e ahuso a maku make. Kini e ahu e aha. Sakuna hi ki aka. Katuaka tini e. Suataha kuha e. Kini e ahu sawa tua kana me e aha. Huye ahua kana ha tua maha ua. Sukune aku ataha hua shene ama maha. Huakata. Kuneye aho soa. Soa tana makana Iya kusa maka. Makana maiyahu. Wone maki. Maki. Maku.
Tuaka.
Chuku wakanaka. Mahutaya. Tukunuwaka. The heart already knows, basically. Are in the heart. Sukuahe. Masunaki. Kunuahe. Kunuasi. We can be forever working it out, but the heart already knows. Sukuatu. Makinasi. Sanimashi. Anu. Laki. Likinakshi Sunu Maku.
Oaka.
Going beyond seeing. Sunny Naku Machina.
Tuana.
Uka.
Tiama.
Uaka. Beyond my own even explanation, my human understanding. Uka. Connecting to that divine, intricate network. Sukuatata.
Oh, to say thank you, great grandfather, for your care and wisdom, and thank you for your blessings. You are the father of the sky. You help make things happen. So thank you.
Thank you. Taimima. Tiinema. Tukuma.
Can you hear me easy enough? As in
Yua. Tukuata.
Shuakata. Because I think the internet here is kind of a bit it's a bit down. Yeah, it's kind of it's like glitching in and glitching out. A bit like myself, I'd say. Yeah. Glitching in and glitching out of realities.
Tusa.
Tukuduakata.
Waka. Tuchena. Tugutana bugote. Sisha ini akaata. Akota omaka.
I have just observed we are talking about the equinox. And so strange enough, for the equinox in spring, I was in Bosnian pyramids, as Brother Wesley has been to, and thank you for telling me about them too.
And you know what's funny, Steve, I'm not going to cut her
No, please.
I have this on, and this is Moldavite. And actually, it's funny you came on because I only put it on every now and again because let's just put it this way, it rocks. It just really rocks. So I kind of be mindful of actually wearing it, but I'm actually wearing it. It's funny because this is where I got it. I got it from the Bosnian pyramids. So
yes, we're in a high. We've actually created a high vortex energy center between the four of us.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because I just threw it on and you've landed on. So it's kind of I'd be kind of very specific when I wear it. I wore it for months, but it was real high octane. Like it was like the energies that were running through me. I felt like Shiva, to be honest. So I had to take it off. I had to take it off because I felt like I wanted to rip everything apart in waves. I was seeing everything from the let's put it at the grander scale, and I'm like going wow. And it was like the energetics of everything. I was like, "Whoa, what better take this off?" So every now and again I step in.
Wesley, share about. Did you manage to make it a Bosnian moon pyramid or for some?
No, I went to the. I actually sorry about that. I didn't come back to you with the. I was in the States that time when you rang. Sorry about that, Steve.
No, it was nice to hear you was there because a couple of times in like tarot cards or oracle cards, I got Mount Shasta coming up, and it really feels like tonight you've called onto me on a vibration that I'm guessing. And I'm sorry if my mind went before, but never before really have I really gone and done any light language or said anything. But tonight it was really funny. I knew when Joe told me, about it, something started going off in my head, and even just going to it.
Oh, going to the going to the light language with this group you're talking about. Yeah. Good on you. It's like good on you, like especially Joe. Good on you for speaking. But like it's great that you're breaking through, because the more, as you know, the more you start rolling it through. That's the plan. Like the more you start rolling this through, the more you can. You're bringing in that intricate network.
It's a very strange thing, though, Wes. I don't know if you can answer this. I could do it before in my head, but I knew it had to be. I don't know what. Something saved me, and to do it just at the right time. And it's all saved it. It's like we all had our own intention of immersing forth in this way. Yeah, all of us did. I shared that, and that's it's on a certain level. And we just cook something off on a frequency that we don't really know, but it's really good.
Yeah, it's all dancing off different, like dialing tones. Like it's just
exactly
through whatever's coming through. So that's the whole plan of the you say mission.
It's
or
like
whatever.
4 shamans together. It's like 4 shamans together.
Yeah. You can put it into many words, like, but in reality, it's beyond words anyway. We're just, actually, when you go through the human expression, but it's good to express it in a structured way. But yeah.
It's like we're in this big room together.
My eye, and I held the amethyst. Yes, this bubble. Occupying this frequency. So it's like we're on a certain timeline in the here and now, where we don't know what the time is. We're not looking to the front. We're not looking at the back. We're just enjoying what is. So we're creating, and it has
exactly.
Times 10.
Yeah.
Times 10 times 100. Because 4 people have independently felt a resonance to come through whichever synchronistic way. They've all tried to do something in their own way, even though it wasn't the same as the other, but they actually felt that's getting to a very special level. We're coming up to a really good level.
Yeah, it's awareness anyway. It's all awareness. So it's all awareness, recognizing awareness, really. So yeah. So it's remembering what you already know. So it's connecting back into the heart. That's what I imagine anyway. So that's why it's for me, it can be beyond my own human expression, really, in ways like, because you're going beyond structure and you're going beyond.
Well, you're expressing it by expanding sort of consciousness to receive different perspectives, but that happens sometimes. You can do that and perform that yourself within alchemy, but that can be alchemy of ingredients. It's doing it. It's a way of actually just trying to clarify your brain and its intentions on its first thoughts, just try and make them nice. And then just try to be, like, as you say, Wesley, to be mindful, and and just feel nice things and see when nice things happen. And it's funny, I don't know how you other 3 are, but I feel when I yield to that, like you should say, surrender, then Source starts to create this movie for me that no one else could make. I'm getting, not only 1,000,000 to 1 sort of synchronicities kicking up in front of my face, but like 1,000,000,000 to 1. And it's like rubbed in my face, kind of. And it's almost like they're really wanting us to pick up a frequency, because what we're doing is absolutely correct. We're individual characters which are just like trying to become lighthouses and being what we feel is correct.
Yeah.
Even
everything is unfolding anyway. So everything is
even though that might be a bit different, there's a central core that it comes from.
Yeah. Makutuko ataka. Tini akuwa sanawa. Sumaya shanawa. Muwakanakuwa kataka kodwakata. Mayawata. Suwata. Sanewa.
QHHT, you know.
Yeah, Kutawata. Yeah. Brilliant. Amazing. Shawaka.
All on a Friday night. Hey, all on a Friday night prior to pilgrimage.
Oh.
Melissa wants to
Hello,
say
Melissa.
something.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Catherine, do you speak light languages?
Stephen.
Yeah?
Do you speak light languages now?
No, I just decided. Well, it was always in the back of my head, but I'm a bit Asperger kind of ADHD. So it's only when I feel comfortable that then sometimes like being emotion yields. And so I was listening, I was doing it over my head, so I was just mouthing it, and I've done it before. So but I just like, I resonate with Wes a lot, and I get these almost like a cool mother resonance that's very deep, but Wes gets, and it's like mother core, which is male female core, and it just reverberates a lot. And I don't know, but I've kind of felt it before, but sometimes maybe it takes us to ascend to a different frequency and to be able to feel it and translate it into.
It's funny.
It's funny. You had a frequency coming back.
It's funny because you're saying that as well, because Stephen, there's a good few women are actually been on to me here as well in Ireland about certain stuff. But it's funny because majority of them, like even like when I went to Shasta, a lot of them would say it's kind of connected to the goddess energies. So I would connect to the goddess energies. Yeah. So it's like, and I don't really try to connect into anything really. I'm just going to go with a lot of the time I just go with the flow. So yeah, and sometimes I do express, you know, like what you're expressing there now, Stephen, is similar to like what I would express sometimes in ways, you know, even to certain people. Yeah, and it's interesting.
Yeah, because that's what's coming round. It's almost like a toroidal field, a hurricane sort of shape, and it's like it's reflecting within a torus, and it's gravitating down to this like here and now sort of thing. And you know, it's strange. We're kind of like melding as a consciousness. It's still bumpy, you know, don't get me wrong, and there's still work to do, but you can see that actually you can shift things personally within your own brain, and when you do, you're actually surrounding change.
Yeah,
exactly. Difference.
Yeah.
And just by being nice and giving crystals away and trying to educate people.
Yeah. But it's awareness. I think
it's love in a way, and seeding people, and you're not asking for anything back. So it's nice how it kind of works on you. Yes, you're 100% right. It's being sensitive to the things that are around in your vision. And it's the back of our brain that processes what comes in from the gateway. Exactly right, rather in a kind of way. When she gets into you, she beckons you to fly through. She beckons you to fly through her eye, her pupil. And you astro take a deep breath and astro travel through it. And it's like, wow, it's something a bit different.
You actually, what you just shared is a journey I was sharing during the week. It was actually about astro traveling and actually leaving the body and connecting through it was actually the Irish waters, the Irish waters, and connected into the Irish, and it's similar to the journey. It's funny. It's mad the way things just play out. It's funny. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's similar. It's very similar. You're exactly right, Wes. He's getting yourself into that zone that allows things to happen, and you can present yourself to the water, you can present yourself to the serpent, and if you come with good energy, then even if you've got a bad side, they're not going to show that to you because they're interested in your good side. Believe it or not, they really are.
You have to go through whatever you have to go through, and it's like going through whatever you go through to process it, to further to
It's
develop
like
whatever you
things want
develop.
to change, or like West, like Ishmael was saying, on a massive scale.
Wow.
I'm gonna do this.
Zukata. Zuku Akaniki.
Yeah,
Way of Zatawa.
well, the planet is,
Door Galactic.
the
Kutu
planet
Kutu.
is, that's what the planet's saying.
Tuaka wuta.
When we look at sort of
Maka
the sort of
Chana
alignments in the
kontane.
stars and
Shinchana kukuanto.
the possession of the equinoxes that are coming up. And then next year we've got next year we have 2024. Next year we have 2022, which makes 24, and it also puts it into account and coming with a new thing that was up to 24 too. So it's big time.
You're unreal with the numbers. Suakataka.
Oh, tuaka.
Whoa! What? Whoa, you're unreal with the numbers, man.
Chuaka.
Wow.
Tiwaka.
We are in the process of the sacred beetle. The sacred beetle is who pushes Ra up in the early morning.
Poi ata yoro shaki manata shoko manani tutu.
Yawata.
Husha. Nakaina muhuatana. Usena kaneshan. Unika umasha. Nina kuhana.
Australian billions.
Josana. Kukuaka.
Suku Tatuata.
Yara te ama koshakati yara te ama nota yakota yashakutai payo kuti yaro shakati ama nota yara shakati payo noto shaka yara to shaka. Noto shaka ama nota.
Oma. Tesa bubaka. Tolaka.
You're like a high up Egyptian sort of goddess or something, giving a nice message.
Makuata.
Wata. Tuana.
Kuata.
Wata. Tika wata.
Amawata. Wewata.
Tikwaka. Isis. Chukwa. Tikawa.
Pisces.
Isis.
Did you say Pisces?
Isis.
Isis.
Siama mukuata. Matuta. Takuata. Tita moma. Tukutana.
I have an amulet of Isis, around about 3,000 years old.
Shikaya Roman Roshakati Mukoto Yoreshiki Yapati Okora Bayeti Yakashakati Mukota Yarashukora Manumiti Yarashu.
Awa matese nini yara. Ohoron naka sishara. Muruku hara nashara. Siara muhuata.
Oshiki Maniti Akati Orashaki Apati Noto Shakati Okare Titi Oroshaki Apati Oroshakata Oroshakati Pakato Shaka Ayonoto Shukore Titi Arashakata Payokoto Yoreshikata Munoto Yara Okata Yashukoto Tiamanani Yarashaki Apakati Oroshi Apayokura Bayanati Shikata.
Sata. Suku. Sakatuku tata. Matiyata. Masu. Sunuewa. Huota. Hikiniki. Awata. Wotawata. Kinewata. Masakunuwa. Shane. Shani yaputata. Patu wakatakini. Mau suwa taiyawa. Muakana kiya. Wota. Wotata. Makaniye kaya kuota. Kusana wata tu makunuku shini shini e akumbato wata masakuta e akua wota mia awa huaka shinawa husoa seya maya o mia mua awa hukataka kiawaha husawa nia awa Oaya, oaya, matua, matua, sunakua.
Ja pakotio roshakatapia kototia manitia koshatio katia rashokotoya managata. Ora payaki shikataya no toshakatia roshakate pakatio rasha katia mokota. Aromanenitia katia pakotoya payi. Kotia reshakapaya no toshakatatia pako rototia. Akotoya pakio ropayenelitia rashakatata shoko.
Mata koto wata kuniyiki a hosua sanakini matunu wa shaniye a hosua sakutu wata ta makanaka miyeki a hoswata sakunua.
Shokotia makatia roshakatia pakoyo no tuyo reshikitia pakateo roshakapakayo rapatea. Akorotea pashikitio pakotoya roshakapatia munatatia roshakapatio ko papapayo papapayo kushokara patetia rutata shokota. Aramonototeya pakatio koshakapayo kashikio papur. Papayo monotoya rapatata. Aramonototea katia roshe paimoto yupatia rashakatia mokoto yoroshakatatia makatia ranoshakata. Ora payanaki shakata payoroshakapash.
What is skrädskrära? What is skrädskrära? Skrädskrära har skrädskrära. Iedere skrädskrära har skrädskrära skrädskrära. Iedere skrädskrära skrädskrära skrädskrära. Iedere skrädskrära skrädskrära. Iedere skrädskrära har skrädskrära skrädskrära. Iedere skrädskrära har skrädskrära skrädskrära. Iedere skrädskrära skrädskrära. Iedere skrädskrära skrädskrära. Iedere skrädskrära. Ja, ju skrädskrära.
Beakotoya roshakatia kora benitia roshakatia mokota ya roshakatia mokota.
Orig skrära. Ja, jag skrära på skådskrära har jag skrära. Iedere skrära har skrära skrära. Men skrära. Iedere skrära och skrära.
Yakotoya Maria katoshakatia makatio roshia pa. Yakotoya ma ikatoya reshiki pa koyo no totia resh. Ayo no totia reshiki mana. Ora menetia.
Orig skrära. Orig skrära.
Patia kosha. I missed you guys.
It's like the cats just went into it when you went into it. And do you know the strange thing is, I didn't have the speaker, so they couldn't hear. They kind of fell through me, and they kind of calmed down to listen to the two females, and it was so strange, and so it was just like, okay, I'm like, what's happening? But they look cute.
It's funny. It's funny how it comes out. It's like mine is so fast. I don't speak that fast normally. It's like
Can I tell you how I experience it? So you go like this, and then you hit like an octave, top and bottom, then you go to this again. It's almost trying to collect something round there. It's like I almost guess it. It's like he goes, whichever. No, it's not bad. It's good because it's a higher sort of thing that pushes your consciousness higher.
Yeah. I try. It's why it's not conscious, because I can't slow it down. I've started to do a little bit of singing, which seems to slow it down a little bit, but I can't speak anything over that. That's what it is.
I would just imagine just go like, because you're running through, so it's like you're running through. Like what I would say to certain people is run whatever through, because actually, like you can get like big breakthroughs from running it through. So like I'd say, you know, like up to yourself, you can control it if you want, but I would say just leave it like naturally flow, and the more you start kind of going with it, the more it'll actually start to sink. Yeah, that's the whole. That's what I get. Like that's the kind of information I get worked with. It just goes with the flow, you know. I don't control anything really.
I know, like just like English words and stuff. Like when you're channeling and like certain words come through, and in your head is like being like, "What is all these words?" And you have no idea. But like if you speak them, they might mean something to somebody. And I see like light languages is like just like it's going through like all this different vocabulary, and it's like going into we're receiving what we need to receive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you might be communicating with something so fast. You might be communicating from an intelligence that's like could be a couple of 100 years old, or even a couple of 1,000 years old in Earth terminologies. So then you could be communicating with like branches of nature, or communicating with trees, oceans, rivers, rocks. So like
other animals.
Like it's funny when some people kind of would ask for interpreting certain stuff. It's like going, like, if oh, am I really going to interpret this when you're communicating to whatever? Like, it's because it could be so vast. Because you might be communicating with universe beyond universe beyond universes. So
can I give you something from tonight? So we had 4, and I talked about the magic square, and after the magic square came 5, and 5 is actually Venus. Venus is love. Yeah. So it's like, so by having 5 in, it's almost like you lift something, and someone's brought something which was trying to manifest. Was each trying to manifest more or less? If I can condense it, please don't. I don't know. Peace, love, and harmony for Mother Earth and everyone on it. Yeah, and that nice things can happen. I think that's the essence of the people here. And we was 4. And then I was like, oh, who was this other person? Somebody said this 4, it's 5. And then that's Venus. And Venus is the morning star, as I raised also the sacred beetle. So it's almost like what we've got to project is love from our souls and our hearts, and get our vortexes going. Because actually, when we do that in high vortex energy places, it transfers out, and it counters what they're actually doing on this lower vibe. That's why going to sacred places is so important, because it's not just going, we're actually multiplying shit, yeah, and like doubling it back without realizing what we're doing. And I promise you that after going to lots of places, because if I ever showed you my pictures from pilgrimages, I've had white robe light beings, magneto-hydrodynamic shapes from Ra. I've like, can you give me a sign, Ra? And she's given me a sign that you couldn't write into a film script. I've had films like many a time you just couldn't write in. There were a billion times, or not like a million times. And it's just like, she takes you on this immense journey. And I think that's what we're trying to do. We know how to ascend to a certain degree, but it's just like the last bit we're trying to remember. And it's not that we want to fly through it. It's almost that we've got that reassurance, so that we can, when we rebroadcast what we're doing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
we're in through Orion's belt. We're out through Cygnus. Ra is the mother sun to the central sun. The central sun is father. You're going to get to the father if you go through the sun. And you have that. To get that, you have to fly through Ra's eye. Because the father won't allow anyone to sit next to him that isn't of the same frequency.
The creator.
Yeah.
I'm laughing, but in a good way.
Yeah. There's a path home.
In a good way. Yeah. Sorry.
I know it's a strange thing. I'm describing
I
don't want to, but I think we've got the few of us have got.
It's brilliant. Keep going, Steve. Right? Keep going.
Yeah. No, it is. There's a path that creates and goes through.
Yeah.
Because as with our own eye, it's a gateway to our brain that digests the information that is processed and projects it back within our sort of consciousness, a vision for us to see. And as we heighten up our frequency, it's like, to put it really simply, it's a Mario Kart game. There's a track that everyone follows that wants to win the race, but when you start getting the 50,000 points is when you just knee-jerk and go, I'm going to put my left hand up and you collect 50,000 points.
Or Stephen, can I share a virtue with you? Because you triggered me. So, not triggered in a bad way, like it just remembered something. So, I heard somebody saying that life is like a game of Mario Kart, and you know how they go around and collect those coins, and then something happens to him and he falls down a hole.
The intuitive path or the path that's laid out before your eyes?
Those coins.
The path your third eye wants to go to.
Yeah, those coins are your virtues. So you collect your virtues on the way, and then you may fall down a hole, and then you've got to go back and collect those virtues again. And it's like, how many times are you going to learn this lesson? Like if you fall down a hole and you come back and you collect your virtues,
you've not learned the lesson.
And leave your virtues again. But like it's just a never-ending game until you collect your virtues. Go on your way. Yeah.
It has to be a never-ending game, because if you knew what the outcome was, you'd give up.
Until you realize you are the game.
Yeah. We are.
You realize you are the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, as Ho'oponopono said, you're responsible for everything. And it was like a big head fuck. Wow. You know, it took years to sink in.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Unreal. It's unreal. Unreal. It's unreal. Well, let's say...
So if we've created a heavy vortex energy center, sending all that love out, because that's what we were trying to do between ourselves. And if we can find a way of going into ancient sort of high vortex energy centers, we'll accelerate that by like what you wouldn't believe as well.
Yeah.
I promise you. No lies.
Yeah.
It's what happens. Because that's why they laid them out for us.
That's the plan.
And the Tuatha De Dan came in and then they enhanced them. The Tuatha De Dan were the tribe of Dan, the lost tribe of Israel. And they came into Cheshire, Derbyshire and Staffordshire too. Because in Buxton, the town heraldry is a staff with a serpent going up, the tribe of Dan, and blue and white waves, the tribe of Reuben. Cheshire is a sheaf of wheat, tribe of Joseph. Then was a mass migration, 1500 BC to 450 BC.
Yeah, I heard that. It's funny you're bringing this up, because I've been hearing a lot of people have been talking about that already. Oh yeah, actually, I thought about it. I sent you on a video. A link got sent on to me there about the whole crystal grid system here, actually.
Yeah, I think the Tuatha De Dan upgraded it. Tribe of Dan upgraded it. Because they were serpents, so they would know how to upgrade the serpent energy.
Yeah, I think there's been a bit of, well, this is talk about a bit of manipulation, that it needs to be rebooted and regenerated and stuff, you know, Ishnok and
well, the serpent is also Kundalini energy, which we probably know how to raise ourselves through meditation to a certain point.
Exactly. And then it's interlinked across the planet too.
Yes, exactly. That's why we're sharing what we are at the moment amongst the five.
Yeah, and just hitting off different decimals. So that's why the people across the planet are slightly, there's different frequencies, different levels of consciousness, really, and different levels of understanding. Not saying one's better than the other, but it's just the way it is.
No, you're right. But isn't it funny how you've got five consciousnesses which are at a similar level that can communicate on different levels, which are doing and getting different things from each other, which is what consciousness is supposed to be about.
Yeah.
Oh, where did that come from?
Awareness, sharing awareness. That it recognizes itself.
Yeah, it's the collective consciousness, the cosmic. You can tap into it's the collective, but also there's a cosmic one too you can tap into. That's fun.
Yeah.
That's what we astro travel through.
Amazing.
That's your white circles and your things going round, and then shapes coming up to you within them. You're going off to different dimensions.
Joanna.
Yeah.
They were saying before that when we concentrate too much with the mind in something that is happening outside, we totally diminish the whole power of our energy. Maybe not
Exactly.
maybe not in that thing that we are concentrating our energy on or in, but in the rest of the things. So sometimes we have this tendency to rationalize things, to think about them, and when we think about them, we convince ourselves, for example, that the world is collapsing, that something wrong is going on. And when we do that, and when we convince ourselves, we create a massive separation from the source that we are, at the same time that we are focusing on these things.
Can I tell you what you're saying?
If we allow the self to be everything at once, focusing in that aspect of life, but at the same time allowing the whole connectedness and the whole awareness of we are not limited, that we are not separated, but not just as an idea, but as a feeling integrated. Whenever we think, whenever we see something, we won't fall into the limitation. Yes.
It's like we have to disconnect ourselves from like mass consciousness all the time. Like even like different places is consciousness. Like there's groups, like this group is a consciousness. And like even you have to be aware of like the whole time that we're like, you can easily get sucked into the mass consciousness. Like you could just like decide when you walk in and you're like, oh, I really fancy a bagel or something like that. But you're walking around the town and you're going past all these cafes and you're seeing other people eating croissants. And you're like, oh, maybe I should have a croissant too. Everybody's having croissants. And that's you connecting into the mass consciousness. You're connecting into that. You're being like, you're doubting your own self. Because you were like, I really wanted that bagel, but you're seeing everything around you, kind of thing. Yeah. So you have to like always disconnect and come to yourself and come to what you believe in. And not all this outside.
Yeah, and not think any little about yourself. Not think about you being for being human, be any little than the wholeness and the greatness of existence. Because as you've been saying in all this conversation, we are all that creator. We are the creator itself. So like Wesley said before, at the end of the game, we realize that we are the game, that we are the game. We are everything that we are creating and choosing.
And exactly, and the thing as well, like as Melissa was saying there as well, it's, and Ishmael, you're saying, and that's what you're all going to say, but see that's the way the whole setup is like that. It's for us to be distracted, and it is like. It's like, and it's funny because it is like music, because it's like, and it is like the drum, or it's like an instrument. It's like bong, that's hopping off this level of vibration, bong. And I actually got it when I was in Toronto. I used to see it when I was living in Toronto, and I used to go to coffee shops. So like I remember 2011 to 2019, whatever, on and off. And I really noticed by 2017, and I just knew people's environment, and it was they're like tribes. Like, so one coffee shop, people would be like kind of acting like this, and we're going to do this or we're going to do that. Then another one would be, and it'd be rude. They'd be like, oh, and then it's just, and I'm like, oh, wow. But it's just not the coffee shop. It's the whole radiating field. So if you, like, when I go around to Toronto, it's like they're like mini levels of consciousness, actually. So it's like a two. So they're all actually bouncing off each other. So they're matching their environment in ways, and it's really like trying to fit in too as well in ways. But you're going to go back, and it's going back to your.
That's why it's important to generate light and become a high frequency. You can.
And tune back to yourself, like as Melissa was saying.
I know, but to be honest with you, I like what you're saying.
Back into yourself. And no, it's like empowering yourself. So, and it's not in a way to say, all right, I got all this, whatever. But you start seeing, you start understanding things at another level.
And it's, I suppose it's like we've all had it. We've all like vibrated really, really high, and then we've gone somewhere and we've come back and we're like, oh, I don't feel so good. Like, why do I feel bad? You're taking on other people's energies, and it's not even just the energies of people. It's like the places that you've been. Like that could like have a vibration of its own. Like you can go through a supermarket and be happy, and then all of a sudden you're feeling anxious and sad. It's like because there's a vibration.
You can transmute it.
You can, but that's like what Melissa, what you are, I imagine. Oh yeah, that's what I was. You're a super sensitive, intuitive, probably intuitive. Like I'm not saying intuitive empath. So an empath is one. It's funny because they're kind of like people who say shamans, whatever. They kind of from a very young age. Like from a very young age, I used to pick up so many different emotions, and I ended up like feeling happy, feeling sad, when feeling sad. But so when you're not, what it is, when you go beyond it, you start seeing things for what they are, and it's challenging. It's still challenging because some people would use you as an outlet for expression, for what they need to get off their chest, and what actually happens is the empath takes it on. But if they're not, once they start becoming consciously aware of it, to get like that's not yours or whatever.
Like I used to be like a sponge, but like now I'm like I still like help people and I speak to them, but then like as soon as if I'm on the phone or something, I'm like I just click my fingers, I'm like right back in your lane, like get back in your lane, like because I used to soak everything in the whole time.
I found it. I actually find it hard even saying, like, if someone's like asking me about stuff or thing, I'm like, I used to even feel bad if I said something that I thought might offend them, even though I should say it to them. So that's how sensitive I would be. I'd be worried like, oh geez, I hope they didn't hurt their feelings, even though I probably just said, will you ever just piss off? Where I wouldn't. Even my own head, my own mind, I go, geez, I hope they're okay.
Yeah, but Wes, but often I'm like the Mayan sign Earth, which is dropping earthquakes, and sometimes things need to be said. And yes, people, we can go all around.
But super sensitive, like if like
of course we are.
Empaths would be like they wouldn't want to they wouldn't want to hurt people's feelings. Like,
but you can call it more protective and be a super sensitive self.
No, I know that's fine when you're aware of it, but you got.
I know that's what we're doing.
Yeah. Well, you got people that are going around there that are super sensitive. They've no awareness of that.
They are not in the same frequency where we will
No, that's because they're not grounded.
No, they just don't know. Not even grounding. It's even beyond that. They wouldn't.
Yeah, they are just not ready.
They just don't know.
They can't differentiate. I'll tell you something. Here's a tip for anybody listening that I've learned in the last couple of weeks, and this is going to sound really easy, but when I explain it to you, it's really powerful. I've been to some places, let's say, with a lot of darkness in order to bring some balance to the places recently, and I needed to learn this. It's really simple. So if you just close your hands and you cross your legs, you don't that energy doesn't come into you. And the other thing that I've realised is that you can go to these places and people say, you know, that's got bad energy or that's got good energy. Actually, it's probably got both. You just tune it into different wavelengths. They're different frequencies. They both exist. So some people go, oh, that was amazing energy. And someone goes, oh, I felt really bad. You just tap into the different frequencies. So you can protect yourself from it. Don't be worried about these things, all these places or anything. And you can help, you know, if you do this and obviously you cross your legs, you don't have to make it obvious, right? And I'm not trying to do the 666 sign. I'm trying to close off my circles. And it does work.
And see the so-called like good and bad energy, like I don't even like classify that as that, but like we've all created that energy has been created. That energy, it might not be the best, but that energy has been created through people's feelings about the energy of it. So if we keep on passing it like, oh, that place is scary and I'm scared to go in there, you're creating more energy and energy and energy in that place that is making like dark, basically.
Exactly. You're giving it your attention, your energy, emotion, and you're just feeding it into that frequency. So you can tap into frequencies and you can see what's there. You don't have to download from it. You can have a look. You don't have to add to it either.
Yeah, and you can attract it. You can attract it if you want to attract it, you attract it. So it just depends. And it's
the word is to transmute it.
Transmute it, and then it depends.
I had it in Wells Cathedral. I had a lady who was walking across things. Wow, that's really negative energy there. And I went, hold on a sec. Isn't that what we do? Transmute stuff, and to make the rest of the energy nice.
Like that's what happens even like here. There's energy being brought up to the collective, whatever. Or sometimes where we might be a figure of whatever that needs to be brought through, and then it's transmuted. It's distributed back to source.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I feel that we all have the gift of transmuting energies.
Yeah. Well, it depends. It depends on the individual. I think there's different gifts.
I agree.
Yeah, I just think there's different gifts, and some people are.
That's what you do, Joe.
To transmute.
That's what you do, Joe, isn't it?
To be transmuting.
You know, not
but
being rude.
not everybody listens to this podcast, but not a lot of. Sometimes I can't. You know, I'm trying to learn to do this because the more that I'm doing this, the more source is taking me to harder and harder places. So I need to learn. Because every single little adventure I'm going on is getting more difficult, so I'm having to learn this more and more.
That's what the path is.
Yeah, it is. So I wouldn't say that I'm even an expert. I'm thinking, but so I'm trying to learn. And anybody that at the moment, I'm really open and receptive to people who understand about transmutation and protection.
But the reason you get into a higher vibration is because you're transmuting lower vibrations. So you've chosen a certain path where you're transmuting stuff in certain things. So I've gone and done it too. But what it ultimately is to clean us like an environment, even within yourself, and you transmute things around you. That's what, when your soul beams bright, that you're able to do, is getting to a higher level of consciousness. Where just being and breathing and trying to hold in, it's almost like, isn't it, a pineal vibration? If you can feel that coming on and try and hold it, you know, it ripples out.
And everyone's individual, so everyone's experience will be slightly different. So, like, one person will experience super different.
Same but different. Same but different.
Yeah, but just different environment, different like life experiences, different incarnations, different lineages. It's vast.
But similar subsets.
Well, I would imagine different again, but that's just, I don't know. don't know.
It's
I
very
don't
different.
feel that there
Sometimes
is
you're
only
saying,
one truth. I do
yes,
feel
correct.
that everybody has a complete different. We might have many things in common, but the experiences can be quite
different.
different. We can get into debate many things, and
Fingerprints,
for one
fingerprints
person might
experience.
be something completely different.
Yeah.
For me,
That's what we.
be in that transmutation of energy, I decide when I want to do that and when I don't. And but on the other hand, I also resonate with what Stephen said about we are all the time just by being light, we are transmuting energy, dark energy also. Why? Because you are just shining and you are affecting the surroundings like a ripple effect. So yeah, you are in a way transmuting, but there are moments when you can decide, no, I don't want to do that kind of job now, and I want to focus more in being source at this point and just be that without having to deal with the energy within yourself and transmute that and feel all that density and change it. There are moments and moments, and yeah, sometimes when we are exposed, just like Joe said, to places where you go, wow, yeah, sometimes we just don't know what we are going to expect there, and then suddenly we find out that we are in the middle of a place where we truly need to do some kind of effort to transform or to survive that energy impact that we suffer.
Sometimes, and sometimes this actually might be like a little dialing tone to intuitively. Maybe might be your time to be there. Maybe sometimes it's like maybe like there might be something like I when I'm listening to, sometimes I listen to myself, like sometimes I wouldn't have listened to my intuition, and my intuition then would guide me the right way anyway. So I think if you listen to your core being, like it's just something like, all right, there's something, I feel something here, something isn't resonating here, but then my mind might override it, saying, oh yeah, this is going to be all right. And then it's like going, all right, no, to start, I didn't resonate with it. So I think that's a lesson in itself. Like, but that's from my experience.
I think we are learning. I believe that what you describe is the process that we are going from that awareness of being in the mind and controlling things with the mind and taking decision from the mind, and just be the intuition that you are mentioning, and surrender completely. And then when we surrender completely, we usually get surprises and new experiences, because it's unpredictable. It's something that you create new, and you are really giving yourself to whatever happens. Really, I feel that is the most difficult thing for humanity to truly surrender and just trust that whatever happens is gonna be good. Like when we were channeling the light languages before, and Joe was saying those messages like everything is okay, and these beings, they were insisting that everything is okay, and we were not understanding that just in the mind. We were feeling that like a whole huge truth in our entire being. So when you feel that wholeness of truth, that everything is okay, or from there you can be the most powerful being doing anything here and in that and in that and in that reality. And I think that is where we are going, and that is what we are mastering, being always in that okay feeling and then interact from there in anything else. Mishinaka kuata. Tumaka.
Makata kuataka. Shane wakata kua. Usuaka.
Shumaka.
Ayawa.
Tamata. That's why I
Ushuku.
love light languages, because they go
Usuka.
straight to your chest and they tell you in your chest what it
Nada.
means. You don't need to process here in your mind. What does Joe means with that she say?
Yeah.
Is that I
Doesn't
experienced
matter.
yesterday or nothing? It's just it goes and you know it straight away. Mishinigalaka, kulinada tuana, and there is nothing to discuss there because it's you know it. You just know it. It's knowingness. It's not something debatable.
It's a different.
Yeah.
Different intelligence. Like you,
It's a
you could
different,
go around.
yeah, it's a,
Yeah, you could go around
it's a
circles
knowingness.
talking about is it do this or is it do. Was do punkanaka. Yowaka.
Just,
Yeah, but it's the job. We have to try and translate it. We have to translate it because not everyone's going to guess it like that, are they?
With the energy.
yeah, they will. They will.
The
That's the
energy.
point
Yeah, I
of
know.
it.
I know what we're doing. We're creating a space for people. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, the frequency resonates with them, and that's how they know or it doesn't.
It's creating a space to allow their journey because it's not a lot hardened like ourselves that managed to make it. So it's like being a pathfinder. And by ourselves experiencing it in different ways, because we've done it and gone through it like a toroidal field, then it allows others to come through too. That's the whole reason we came back down, to get back up again.
And then you recognize that they're there as well. Shahuakataka.
Uwaka.
You might recognize it there. Sukunukutukuatakataka. Masukuaka. Shahuakataka. Kunuakata.
Tatumbaka.
The circle of remembering. Sakunukuaka. Sikata.
Tinaka.
Pakuata.
It's the difficult one.
Nuakata kuya. Yeah, 100%.
It's the one we beat ourselves up about. It's the one we beat ourselves up about because we really want to get back to the dot. Because it's like we've been separated from the dot. But that's the quickest way to get back to the dot, to be separated away from it in a strange way.
For sure.
Because like you're saying, we're guided. Yes, we have magonite within our brains. Like a homing pigeon, like salmon. Salmon who runs up a stream counter to the current, like we do. And it even finds vortexes and goes counter to the vortex that you can't see and uses that to propel it up. Because as we fail to see, sometimes we see a vortex in our consciousness when we're meditating, is also another one generated we don't see that goes up. And that's the connection and information going back, I feel.
Wow. That's some description. That's amazing.
Uwaka.
That's why I am Steve description. So, as I hear you, and I'm going like that, and I'm going, oh no, but please, there's another perspective. Light language is great, and I love it, and I've started to speak it with you. But I also think there's a way to interpret your vibration that you're trying to get over to make it more digestible to other people, because it's beautiful.
That's great,
and
Steve.
it's nice.
That's great.
It's beautiful.
What you are
and it's
saying
nice.
is part of your natural role to connect the maybe
To
the light
bridge.
languages to
bridge. To be a number
the
8.
language we speak in the world. That is okay. We are not saying in any moment or in any way that that's not the path. It's one of the paths.
No,
It's
you're
one
right.
of them.
There's
But
a few.
for
And
some
if you
other
still them in a
people,
vortex,
is more. For example, for me, is to assist more people opening the heart and understanding things from the heart. For you,
quite
it might be
correct.
more connecting with the mind and interpreting things from the aspect of the mind. But each brother and sister has a different sort of role to create connectedness in this planet, in this world. And we are complementary. We are super complementary.
I agree.
Because there is no one truth or another. We are in a very dualistic world.
There's a central pull and a central source.
Dualism. and we are
Well, dualism
transcending a
was
lot of
created by the
that
church in the
dualism.
2nd century. Before it used to be a trinity up to the 2nd AD. Simple as.
The thing is that the thing is that there is not only 1, 2, 3 truths. They are infinite truths. So you can be like, no, it's this, it's this, it's this. It's not only this, brother.
Yeah.
No, he's just
Not
he's
only
basically
that.
taking
That
the
is for you.
It's taking the polar opposites into account. You have
But
to,
it's not
which says
only.
you have to
But I
embrace
don't
all.
feel that it's only two polarities. I feel that there are multiple.
I agree.
That's right, but everyone is living in duality.
You can be in
Most people are living in duality.
But so I agree. I like this space because it's not about knowing anything or a fact of anything.
No, that's why
it
we
is
should
just
create.
It's just simply we are just sharing vibrational frequencies from our hearts.
That's right. That's what I was saying.
And manifesting.
That's
and we don't need to explain it, and we don't need to explain it to each other. We seem to know it, and we're just creating that vibrational space. And I like that lack of. I spend a lot of my day trying to explain the reasons why something and how something. It is very nice to be here and not have to do that. It's an escape from that.
Do you remember when we met at first? It was more like wanting to know things more specific, and now is you are saying completely the opposite. You are telling me completely the opposite. Like the wonderful thing is to create a space where everything is possible, because everything is possible. Everything is possible. So you can become 2,000 colors at once, and maybe Wesley 1 million, and that's okay. That's all great. That's why it's so important to create the space with total flexibility, total openness, and that is usually created by the heart. That allows everything.
And it's unique. It's like I like it's not, you know, it's in reality, I would imagine, I don't know, same thing in what do I know, but I think it's unique. I think everyone's in a unique journey, and
totally.
Yeah, everybody's on a unique journey.
Yeah, considering that we already have created so many things, but at the same time we are creating new things. So wow, we are gonna be with wow moments constantly, because not only discovering our origins, but also what we are creating as new. Many takutana.
Have you ever realized?
I feel when we are gathering here, many things are totally new. Others, they other things they resonate. They resonate a lot. Like I live that and I share that with you many lifetimes. But there are some other emotions that make me laugh a lot and feel a lot of joy that feels completely new. Yeah. So I think we are creating constantly uniqueness.
And accelerating too. There's acceleration too. Yeah, big acceleration.
I think the more we surrender, everything accelerates fast. Faster. We don't offer resistance.
We could go back to the days of telepathy.
I think we are there already. We experience a lot of these things in these spaces that we create together. And it's so beautiful to just communicate feeling.
No.
Boys and girls, tomorrow is a very big day.
Yeah.
Got lots to do.
Let's go to Scotland.
I need to start cycling at 2 a.m.
You've got cyclists. You're going for your cycling. That's
cycling
right.
from here, from Southampton to the Stonehenge.
At 2 a.m. At 2 a.m. Whoa.
For the equinox.
Have you got a tent?
Not really, because the autumn equinox is not celebrated the same way like the summer one. Like the summer one is like 9 hours, And the autumn one is like only like 3 hours in total. So people don't stay there camping or doing something. They only open the doors for 3 hours or something like that. So just for this pagan ceremony.
Oh my gosh! So yeah, so you need to go and get to bed and get like 1 hour sleep.
I don't think I'm gonna
No sleep, it's
no.
just drive on.
It's,
Oh,
no,
shit.
I'm gonna wake up feeling even worse. But I slept during the day,
Good.
being aware that that was gonna be all night awake. So yeah,
Mm.
I had a very
I
long.
was
Well, I
wondering-
didn't, and I'm off to Edinburgh.
You're going to Edinburgh?
I'm going to North Berwick Law, which is a natural pyramid, because I decided to mirror what I did in spring equinox in Bosnia with natural pyramids. And I was going to go somewhere, but in the last 2-3 days, I've been redirected to go to the natural pyramid. And it's got 2 other mounds near it, which seem to form a triangle. And there's an Orion's belt off the coast.
Wow.
And it's funny because I was getting a calling there to actually go to Drumbeg. It's in West Cork. It's just its own circle I usually go to. So that's what I was thinking of. Maybe I might, hopefully I'll hit it early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to a pyramid as well tomorrow, so natural pyramid. So all right, let's all go and do our pyramid stuff.
It's a sacred circle.
We should post what our days like on autumn equinox. We'll have some pictures. It'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Will be nice. Will be nice.
Good time.
Well, thank you for sharing this evening with me, everyone.
Thank you all.
Been lovely.
Amazing, amazing.
Thanks for being a good host, Ishmael. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Stefan.
you, everyone else.
Wesley.
Yeah.
Thanks. Shinawaka to Wakata.
Meli, Tashuaka.
Yeah, Kunatawa.
See you soon, and all the
Soon,
best
Noah.
for the energy work. You
Yeah.
Tabakwata.
What's there? I don't know.
Have a lovely weekend.
See you
Peace out.
soon.
Kosawaka. God bless.
God bless.
Otatikawata.